Hey everybody, just wanted to talk to you today about why I think if you're not collecting Department of Truth, you really should be. And this one is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be kind of like my Noctera video number 1, where I'm just talking to you about why I think you should be collecting this comic and picking it up. And so Department of Truth is easily my top comic of 2021 right now. I am absolutely loving this comic. The first issue released back in September 30th, 2020, and it's now going on its 4th print for issue number 1. So be sure, if you haven't gotten an issue number 1, be sure to get that 4th print at your local comic book shop, because it is going to be a highly sought out after comic, especially after I talk about a couple of things here on why I think this is going to be the hottest comic. So, it's pretty much is written by the best-selling writer James Tyion IV. He's known for doing Batman, Something's Killing the Children, and it debuts with his first Image ongoing series. He's mainly only worked with DC, and now he's really starting to get into independence with like Wind, Something's Killing, really great. And he's with a new, well, not super new, but a very breakout artist named Martin Simmonds, and he is only really known for doing Dying is Easy, which is a Joe Hill comic that came out last year about a comedian, and it really is just like interesting comic right away based off of the covers. The covers are very homage to U.S. history, or a lot of different history moments in our world. And the 6 issues right now of Department of Truth have really some fantastic artists for variant covers, such as Jeff Lemire, Declan Shavli, Mirka Andolfo, Jenny Frison, Christian Ward, Trad Moore, Andrea Sorrentino. There's so many more that could be announced. But these variants are just fantastic looking. They're very creepy. They're very reminiscent of what's inside of the comic. And I absolutely love that. Plus, I love the regular covers as well. I think it's so fun to see like the JFK assassination cover, and the Ronald Reagan, and it's just a very interesting comic. And pretty much with this comic, since there are 6 issues already out, I kind of want to give like a basic synopsis on each issue, what it is about. I don't want to do any spoilers because I do want you guys to read this. I do want you to pick this up. I do want this to be in your top pick of the year as well. So in the first issue, we mainly center around a young adult named Cole Turner, and he studies conspiracy theories all of his life. But he isn't prepared for what happens when he discovers that all of them are true. And we're talking the JFK assassination, flat earth theory, reptilian shapeshifters, just all of them. They become real in his mind and in this world, and you're trying to figure out, okay, well, if that's real, then is this also real? And yeah, it is, which is even crazier. You have in your mind, like, wow, okay, so how has this been hiding? And you find out that there's this one organization that has been covering it up this entire time, and it's the Department of Truth. And in this issue, you actually find out who the head leader of Department of Truth is, which is a big reveal at the end, and I don't want to spoil that as well. So then you go into issue number 2, and you have Cole Turner, and he spent most of his life suppressing false memories of a satanic ritual abuse about his preschool, and about this man with this star shaped on his face. And although he's the newest recruit for the Department of Truth, he just found out that all those false memories might be a lot truer than he thought. This satanic man that he thought was not real his entire life actually has been haunting him this entire time. And that is super creepy, because if you think about your nightmares and what you've been believing as a child, and you have always been told like, oh, but they're not real. Maybe they are. Maybe we're just being told false lies our entire life, And then that leads into issue number 3. And issue number 3 doesn't really center around Cole as much as it centers around this lady named Mary. And she never knew what a false flag or a crisis actor meant until her son was murdered in a mass shooting. And the threats and accusations really began. But as her reality starts to bend around her, it's the job of the Department of Truth to keep those dark conspiracies from coming true at any cost. And this issue is actually a really emotional one for me. It centers around this woman's life, and it's just, you feel for her. You feel how poorly, when mass shootings happen and things like that, how you lose loved ones so quickly, and she never really thought that she would be in that situation. And it's really just interesting reading this, because you don't really know how it's going to end. You don't really know what's fake and what's real. So then that leads you into issue number 4. And this one centers around, how can a journalist ethically report on a story that they know can't possibly be true? As packages with proof of impossible stories keep arriving on one reporter's doorstep, sent by a mysterious entity known only as Q, one reporter must find the answers themselves. So you're starting to think like, okay, there's more people that know about this than they think. There's more people that have, unraveled this mystery than we know of. And that leads into issue number 5, which was a really big issue for me, because you get introduced to Black Hat. And you're like, what is Black Hat? Who is this mysterious person pulling the strings? Why are they now attacking our main character, Cole Turner? Is it because he joined the Department of Truth? Is it because, he has more intel than most people? Is it because, there's this lady in red pulling the strings? You don't quite know. And the resemblance with the lady in red compared to the JFK assassination, she was one of the more famous people in the videos, and it was just this random woman in red during the JFK assassination, and she just appeared in the video, but no one could tell who she was, why she was there, where she came from. No one understood where she went after. She's kind of like this mysterious, head leader. And in this Department of Truth, it's kind of like, is she the bad guy? Is she the good guy? Is she the one trying to prevent all this and protect it? Or is she the one actually pulling all the strings? It's very leads you into, what is this? Why is this happening? I don't really understand. But that's the whole mystery of it. And I really enjoy that aspect, which leads into number 6. Issue number 6 is mainly a spin-off type one, because it focuses on how the Department of Truth uncovered the deep tangled roots of its section of the Department of Truth, and the roots that stretch back so far back into the Middle Ages. What is the Inquisition? Who are the Illuminati? And what truth is behind the Phantom Time hypothesis? And this all unravels with a special guest artist, which was very fascinating, very fun to read, and I really enjoyed diving more in depth on what the Department of Truth really resembled throughout the years, throughout its time. And I just feel like I have more questions than I have answers, but that's okay. That's fun. I like that. I like being on this mystery journey. I like knowing my main character may not survive during all this. And that it makes this comic so interesting and appealing to me. And that's why I just have to collect this comic, and why I think you should too. It definitely is different than any other comic out there. It doesn't read the same. The art is very not perfect and pretty. It's very muddled, and for a reason, because you're confused. And I love that the water painting aspect to Martin Simmonds' art is just so phenomenal, and so I like how it's not just like your typical pencil digital art. It's very different from everything else that you are reading right now. And I definitely think this comic is going to be looked at in a much higher standard later on in a couple years once it does wrap up, or even if it continues on for who knows how long. But it's very fun ride. It is a very cool comic to read, and they just announced that it's a TV show coming out. Todd McFarlane announced in an interview that there is a TV show of Department of Truth coming out. So how hot could this comic be? It is so invested by the readers, by speculators, on the secondary market. all of these issues of this comic have skyrocketed, especially the number ones. There's a number 2, 1 in 25, very creepy image of a satanic man eating a baby, and that comic goes for well over $200 raw. So I can only imagine the prices of this comic once a TV really gets established, and I'm so excited to see who will play Cole Turner, who will be, the head of the Department of Truth, and it's just like a fun ride to be on, and I'm very excited for the rest of this journey, and I really hope it goes on forever. I really hope that this video got you inclined to read it, and I just really hope that you guys really enjoy this comic as much as I do, because as of right now, it is my number 1 of the year, and I'm very excited for that. And I hope all of you guys have a great day. Check out Department of Truth. Number 1 through 6 is out. There's also a volume 1 with number 1 through 5 that you can pick up easily. It's very cheap. And just ask your local comic book shop about it. I'm sure they will have that in stock for you. Just want to say, if you could please subscribe, like the video, comment down below. It'd be greatly appreciated. Have a great day.